You're sitting at your desk. The clock says 8 a.m. You told yourself today would be different. You've got your coffee, a blank to-do list, and high hopes. You open your laptop, determined to get to work. But then a message pings, then another. You glance at your phone, just for a second. A quick scroll on Instagram turns into 5 minutes, then 10. Before you know it, the morning's gone, your focus shattered into pieces, and that to-do list, still blank. We've all been there. Our world is loud, distracting, overstimulated, and yet, we're expected to stay razor-sharp, deeply productive, and laser-focused in the middle of all that noise. How? Hello, I am Alloy, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. The Art of Focus is not just another productivity book. It's a lifeline in a world that's fighting for your attention every second. Daniel Walter doesn't throw more hacks at you. He gets to the root. He shows that focus isn't just about willpower. It's a skill, a muscle. And like any muscle, it can be trained, strengthened, and stretched. Let's go back to the beginning. There's a boy, maybe 8 or 9 years old. He's staring out a window during class, watching a bird flutter in a tree. The teacher calls his name. He jumps, embarrassed. "You need to pay attention," she says sharply. "Focus." But no one teaches him how. Sound familiar? That's the world most of us grew up in. We were told to focus, but never taught how. And in adulthood, we pay the price. Daniel Walter says it's not your fault. Your attention isn't broken, it's hijacked. Think about it. Your phone is designed to interrupt you. Social media apps are engineered to pull you back in. Notifications are like tiny digital grenades exploding in your brain every few minutes. And we call this normal. But here's the truth. You don't have to live like this. Walter introduces a powerful idea early in the book, the focus loop. It's the feedback system your brain uses to decide what deserves attention. Every time you switch tasks, get distracted, or let your environment pull you off course, that loop weakens. Your brain starts to expect interruption, crave it, and over time, your ability to enter deep focus fades. But it works the other way too. If you build environments and habits that reward focus, your brain learns. It strengthens. It starts craving that feeling of deep immersion, of losing yourself in meaningful work. So how do we do that? It starts with awareness. One of the most emotional moments in the book is when Walter describes his own wake-up call. He was working on a deadline, important, high stakes, and urgent. But instead of focusing, he found himself bouncing between tabs, answering texts, and checking emails. Then it hit him. He wasn't working. He was reacting, always reacting, and he realized he didn't have control of his attention. His attention had control of him. This moment shook him. Because what's at stake isn't just productivity, it's your life. Think about that. Your ability to focus shapes your relationships, your income, your health, your future. If you can't pay attention to what matters, you'll spend your whole life chasing what doesn't. That's why Walter says the most powerful decision you can make is to reclaim your attention. He walks you through the science, how dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, is constantly triggered by novelty. Every like, ding, and ping releases a hit. Over time, we get hooked on the stimulation and bored by stillness. But focus lives in stillness. So how do you reset your brain? Walter shares a powerful analogy. Imagine your mind is like a glass of muddy water. If you keep stirring it, it stays murky. But if you let it sit still, the mud settles. Clarity returns. That's the art of focus. It's not about working harder. It's about slowing down enough to let your mind clear. Only then can you truly see what matters. One of the simplest, yet most powerful tools he introduces is the power hour. a daily ritual where you shut out all noise. No notifications, no multitasking. Just one task, 1 hour, total focus. The first time you try it, it's hard. Your brain rebels. You'll feel itchy, distracted, tempted to just check something. But stick with it. With each session, you build that focus muscle. And soon, that hour becomes your most powerful part of the day. Walter also dives into environment design, and this part is crucial. He says willpower is overrated. If your phone is buzzing next to you, if your workspace is cluttered, if your browser has 20 open tabs, you're setting yourself up to fail. Instead, you have to design for focus. That means silencing notifications, closing unnecessary tabs, turning off email pop-ups, even using physical cues like noise-canceling headphones or a dedicated focus playlist to signal your brain, it's time to go deep. And here's where things get emotional. Walter shares a letter from a reader who struggled with ADHD for years. He felt broken. He thought focus was something other people were born with, and he just didn't have it. But after applying the principles in the book, he wrote, "For the first time in my life, I felt in control of my mind." Let that sink in. Focus isn't just about getting more done. It's about feeling free. Free from the constant pull of chaos. Free from mental noise. Free to choose where your energy goes. There's another moment in the book that hits hard. Walter describes a man who was always busy. He wore it like a badge of honor. But one day, his daughter asked him, "Daddy, why are you always looking at your phone?" And he couldn't answer. That moment broke him, because in that instant, he saw the truth. We don't lose focus by accident. We give it away, piece by piece, notification by notification, until one day, we wake up and realize we haven't truly been in our lives. We've just skimmed them. This book is a wake-up call, a reminder that your focus is your life force, and it deserves to be protected. Walter ends with a beautiful challenge. For 1 week, he says, turn down the noise. Schedule 1 hour of deep work a day. Remove one digital distraction, and notice what happens. Most people report feeling calmer, more energized, more present, and not just at work, in their relationships, in conversations, in quiet moments. That's the art of focus. It's not a superpower. It's not reserved for monks or CEOs. It's a practice, a choice, a way of living that says, I will not let the world dictate my attention. I will choose what matters. And in that choice, you reclaim your life.